Well, it's that time again. It's free paying cards reading live stream right now at the moment. Just gonna get my Stargazers bicycle playing card and get my notes with that. Hi everyone, do you got a question or general reading to throw in? If Beyonce going broke, alright. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Okay, our first card for reading is the Seven of Spades. This card means they're going to be, let me see, they're going to be that Beyonce will have poverty, anxiety, and annoyance in her life. Our second card for reading is the Nine of Diamonds. Let me see. This card means there's going to be a good surprise in money in your life. And the last card for her reading is the King of Hearts. This card means that Beyonce will meet a fair man in her life. So yeah, I mean, at first she's going to be broke in her life, but as time goes by, she's going to get money again. By a fair man. Okay, your question says, will there be more homelessness in the next century? Let me see. Hi, Serena Exam. Yeah, I'll do your reading next. As you want, please calm down the questions. Thank you. Okay, our first card for reading, as you want, is the Jack of Hearts. This card means they're going to be a person who has the thoughts of the King or Queen of Hearts. Our second card for reading is the Three of Spades. This card means they're going to be a journey across the waters. And our third last card for reading is the Three of Diamonds. Let me see. Actually, the time is going to be within 3 to 4 weeks. So I think I don't think they're not going to become homeless in the next century. All right. Well, I can marry Liz this week. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Alright, our first card for reading is the King of Spades. This card means they're going to be a lawyer, a dark man, a very dark man, a widower, or an old man in our case life. Our second card for reading is the Joker. This card means that this is the beginning of a new journey for the merits. And our third last card for reading is the Two of Clubs. This card means they're going to be a good friend in life. So yeah, I think they're going to get married pretty soon this week. What will housing be like in the future, expensive or cheap for the poor class? Alright, I'll do your question next. 3, 4, 5. You're welcome. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, our first card for reading as you want is the Ten of Clubs. This card means you're going to be a new appointment, an investment, or settlement in their lives. Our second card for reading is the Jack of Hearts. This card means they're going to be a person who has the thoughts of the King or Queen of Hearts. And our third and last card for reading is the Six of Diamonds. This card means they're going to be an offer of some kind, most likely generally something to do with money matters. So yeah, I think there's going to be money matters involved by an offer of some kind for the poor class. Alright, Morocco also faced life in prison for his involvement in call. Please, Leslie, please, for the love of God, please tone down the questions. I can only ask questions one at a time now. Thank you. Well, Rocco Alfredo faces life in prison. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well. Alright, our first card for reading is the Jack of Spades. This card means they're going to be a person who has the thoughts of the King or Queen of Spades in Rocco's life so far. Our second card for reading. This card means there's going to be a fair man involved with the court in prison. And our third and last card for reading is the Five of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a new admirer involved as well. So I really don't think that he's not going to go to jail for it. Okay, and will the government go broke in the future? Alright. Hi, Snowflower. Okay, our first card for me is the five of clubs as you want. This card means they're going to be news from the country or someone from there. During, let me see what the question was. From the government in the future. Our second card for reading is the Four of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a small invocation for some kind, such as a dinner or evening party. And our third last card for reading is the King of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a wild fair man in society. So no, they're not. So no, I don't think that future for the government isn't gonna go broke anytime soon. Hi, Planet G02. What would life be like in the year 3000? Alright. I mean, all of us will be dead by then, so let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let me see. Yeah. Okay, for the year 3000 as you want, our first card for reading is the Three of Clubs. This card means time is going to be within 3 to 4 months. Our second card for reading is the Two of Spades. This card means there's going to be tears and vexation, or sometimes a removal for the year 3000. And our third and last card for reading is the Jack of Clubs. This card means that there's going to be a person who had the thoughts of the king or queen of clubs. So yeah, I think things are looking well for the year 2000 as you want. Okay, Snowflower, will I marry this person on my mind? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, yes, anyone. Since I'm doing well with 3000. Alright, our first card for me is the King of Hearts. This card means no far that there's going to be a rather fair man involved in your life. Our second card for me is the Ten of Clubs. This card means there's. Let me see. This card means there's going to be a new appointment, investments, and settlements with your marriage in your life. And our third and last card for reading is the Eight of Spades. This card means there's going to be a treasury involved in your marriage. So I don't think I don't think things are looking well with you when you get married with him. Sorry about that. How does TRJ feel about me? Alright, Plant G02. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, okay. Our first card for reading, um, um, let me see. What's the person's name again? Planet G02 is the Nine of Spades. This card means to go that TRJ is feeling very grieved with suffering and malice with you in your life. Our second card for me is the Queen of Diamonds. This card means there's going to be a fair woman who happens to be a fair woman who is fond of pleasure and amusement in your life. How do you get into reading cards? Let me see. Well, I'll listen to that for a second. And our third and last card for reading is the Queen of Spades of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a woman who happens to be very kind and good natured in your life. So yeah, I think that's how we feels about you. How um how did I get into reading cards, Jake the good guy? Well, let me see. I've been reading like all sorts of divination decks. Well, it was well first Terra. For Terra, I actually started reading Terra since 2008. Was I actually found a Terra book, which called I forgot what the name of the book called. It happened to be an old Barnes and Noble bookstore that used to be on my neighborhood. And let me see. And my first tarot reading was happened to be, what was it? It was actually a Super Bowl reading. By the time that the Patriots was undefeated at the time, but in the Super Bowl, I actually did a reading on a Super Bowl party. I mean, well, not a Super Bowl party, on Super Bowl, saying if the Patriots going to win the Super Bowl, and it happened to be the Ace of Cups reverse, meaning that it's not going to win the Super Bowl. And I thought said, nah, that's bullshit. Because they were very powerful and undefeated at the time, and it happened to be a Giants fan, by the way. So anyway, I actually went to the to a Super Bowl party. I was watching the game, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Like the Giants were actually winning the Super Bowl and stuff. So and by the time the Giants won the whole Super Bowl, they actually won, and everybody in the New England Patriots was unhappy, and that's how I started reading tarot. And I've been reading tarot for like since 2008. Now for my Lenormand readings, well, I actually started Lenormand in 2016, but I used to go to a library which is called Lenormand cards. We call Lenormand. I mean, it was very different when Lenormand itself, and I actually did a reading on that, and it happened to be very accurate and stuff and all. Hi there, Bonner. I'm telling my all my divination deck stories in on my live stream and stuff. As for playing cards reading, oh, after my playing cards, I actually started like sometimes either 2017 or 2018. I mean, and I actually started reading a book called Caramancy and stuff, and I actually went to a website for that and started reading Caramancy cards, and they were way different than Terra and Rama and stuff and all. So that's how I started with playing cards instead of this. And finally, my Kipper story. I actually saw Kippers since October 31st last year. on October last year, and these cards were very different. And I had this deck. I'll show you the type of deck I have now. And now you know the story behind that. So anyway, does anyone else have any other question to ask, or a general reading to throw in? Interesting. Thank you for answering. I'm watching with my mom. She's a skeptic. Could you do a general reading for her? Sure, I'll do it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me see. Our first card for your reading, Jake the Good Guy, happens to be the Five of Hearts. This card means that your mom might get married. The marriage is going to be involved in your mom's life, or sometimes a new admirer. Our second card for reading is the Jack of Hearts. This card means that there's going to be a person who have the thoughts of the King or Queen of Hearts. And our third and last card for reading is the Ace of Spades. This card means there's going to be pride, death, or worry, or sometimes a lot of sound in your mom's life. So yeah, I hope that answered your mom's question about that. Okay, SC1, I'll do your reading next. How will we pay the bills? I hope your mom will enjoy the reading, even though she happens to be a skeptic. So anyway, how will we pay bills in the year 2000 and work jobs? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, our first card for reading is I'll do your reading next as one. Okay, as one. How will we pay bills in the year 3000 and work jobs? Our first card for reading is the King of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a letter for a man in the year 2000. Our second card for reading is wait a minute. Give me. Our second card for reading is the Six of Clubs. This card means there's going to be a very poor business offer in the year 3000. And our third and last card for reading is the Two of Clubs. This card means there's going to be a slight disappointment within the year 3000. So I don't see them looking well for the year 3000 so far. How would it might be like in the future? Alright. Much. Okay, our first card for reading is the Four of Spades. This card means there's going to be sickness or sometimes a joint caused by sickness for the money. Our second card for reading is the Ace of Clubs. This card means there's going to be a letter. And our third last card for reading is the Eight of Diamonds. This card means there's going to be meaning about money. So yeah. Yo bro, how you doing? It might be time for you to go see what is this? It's a roughly common bus. Roughly is it for how long is this? Right. Four. 5. 6. So maybe. I think it's going to evolve by bitcoins. Okay. So I see. Up here. Alright, our first card, let me see what your questions again. Is the mafia crime groups be as crime groups wealthy and for how long will they exist? Our first card for reading is the King of Hearts. This card means they're going to be a welfare man in society. Our second card for reading is the King of Clubs. This card means they're going to be a professional man involving in business life. And our third last card for reading is the Six of Clubs. This card means they're going to be a very poor business offer in their lives. So they might still exist, but not too long. Yeah, it's going to be around forever. And as for money, can't you answer mine? Actually, she's asking a lot of questions. I got scared. Okay, plan on GO2. I actually did your reading already. Let me see what was the question for. Yeah, I asked. Yeah, I already answered your question already. Plan G02. What was your question again? For a long time. The one from LG, from LJ guy, from LJ. I mean for LA guy. All right. White Planet G02. I really need to add a PayPal account. Yes, as you want. You will continue. Let me see. Okay. D02. Our first card for reading is the Seven of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a puzzle or an indecision or doubt in your life. In LA guy's life. Our second card for reading is the Ace of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a house involved in your life plan. G02. And our third and last card for reading is the King of Diamonds. This card means there's going to be a rather man involved in your life. So yeah, things are looking well with you in the LA guy so far. So does anyone else have any other questions to ask? What about the drug cartels? Do they have hidden wealth so on? Yes, everyone. So does anyone else have any other questions or general reading to throw in? Because I'm actually going to be ending the live stream soon. What about drug cartels? Do they have hidden wealth? How long to get their money last? A very long time. How is Sandra Olivia, veteran, a female drug lord? Does she still have her money after the Queen British? Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I asked one. You've been asking like a lot of questions lately. By the way. Alright. Alright. Our first card for reading is the Joker. This card means that this is the beginning of Sandra Olivia Barron in her in her life. Our second card for reading is the Eight of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a love making or friendship involved with her drug business. And after the last card for reading is the Seven of Diamonds. This card means that you're going to be making money with paper money and check in your life. So I say it's going to take like either 5 or 10 years and stuff like that. So yeah, she'll be doing it in a long time. Well, I'm just curious. Does Putin have $1 billion because he's established for a president? I'm pretty sure he must have got a lot of money and stuff. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to do this one final reading for tonight, everybody. And actually, I have asked the question once again. Yeah. Okay, our first card for reading is the Six of Diamonds. This card means they're going to be what is this? They're going to be an offer of some kind, mostly involved with money matters. Our second card for reading is the Knight of Diamonds. This card means they're going to be a good surprise with money involved. And the last card for reading is the King of Clubs. This card means they're going to be a professional man involved in business. So yeah, I think Putin is very rich and wealthy, and I think he have a professional man involved with his business as well. Okay, I know I was going to do my last one final reading. My friend Howard is wondering if his life is going to get better within the next year. Can you do a reading for him? Sure, I'll do a reading for that. Just as he wants, he's still doing drugs. Hi WMW, it was Shippy. Okay, our first card for reading, Fabia 77 is the Two of Spades. This card means there's going to be tears and vexation and sometimes a removal involved. Our second card for reading is the Jack of Clubs. This card means that there's going to be a person rather false of the King or Queen of Clubs. And our third and last card for reading is the Three of Hearts. This card means there's going to be a time within a week. So yeah, I guess that answers your question. So anyway, buddy, it's been wonderful doing free playing card reading with you for you all, and I'll come back again later. You're welcome for Bear 77, and do I have a bad like this year? Uh, sorry WMW, it was Shippy. I'm actually going to end the stream from now. So anyway, I'll come back later tomorrow by the same time at 4:55 p.m. where I'm actually going to do free tarot readings at that time. So that's 4:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I'm unable to answer the question tonight, then come back tomorrow and we'll do free tarot readings at 4:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So bye everybody.